Hello, I'm Miss Mitchell. I'm Joint Head of Biology at Northgate High School. I share the Head of Biology role with Miss Mosley, and there are 6 other highly experienced and dedicated specialist teachers within the department who all have an excellent knowledge of the A-level course and what is required. We have 4 well-equipped labs and an experienced technician so that you will be able to carry out a variety of practicals over the course of the next 2 years. When you study A-level biology with us, you will have 2 teachers and will be taught 7 lessons over a 2-week period. And as well as the excellent teaching inside the classroom, there will be a lot of extra support available to help you to do the best that you can. You will be provided with a course-specific textbook to use at home, as well as have access to this online, and there are lots of different textbooks that you can make use of in school. We offer drop-in sessions after school each week where there will be 2 specialist teachers to help you and to answer any questions that you might have. Or you can just come along to do your own independent study with the knowledge that there is some support available if you need it. We also have a science study room upstairs which is equipped with computers and table workspace that you can use during your independent study time. And we give you subject-specific support booklets such as the course guide and a practical and maths guide. And these provide you with general information about the course, as well as offer support with some of the essential skills required to be a successful biologist. And you will also be given a criteria sheet for every unit. You will have access to a large range of resources on the Learning Portal, which can be accessed both from home and in school. And on the Learning Portal you can find plenty of past paper questions and their mark schemes, revision materials and all of the criteria sheets, as well as general lesson resources. The Exam Question Bank provides an easy way for you to find past paper questions relevant to each lesson and topic that you study, so that you can easily structure your revision. So now I would like to give you a short overview of the OCR biology course that you will study at Northgate. And many of the modules build on knowledge from the GCSE, developing it further, whereas others will introduce you to completely new areas of biology. But overall the course is really varied and covers a vast range of interesting biological concepts and scientific methods. So Module 1 looks at the development of practical skills, and you will cover this over the course of your 2 years at Northgate. You will carry out lots of practical work to learn new techniques and acquire skills such as those of lesson planning, analysis and data interpretation. In Year 12, you will complete Modules 2, 3 and 4 and then go on to cover Modules 5 and 6 in Year 13. You will start by studying Module 2, Foundations in Biology, and in this module you will study the cell structure of a variety of organisms, find out how the structure of biologically important molecules such as proteins and carbohydrates is related to their functions, and learn about DNA, the long molecule that contains our unique genetic code. You will also study the structure and mode of action of enzymes, and the way in which the structure of a biological membrane relates to the different methods by which molecules enter and leave cells. And you will finish the module by learning about cell division, building on what you already know from GCSE. There's lots of practical work in this module, and just a few of the practical tasks are shown here. So for example, you will learn how to prepare slides for viewing under a microscope and how to make a scientific drawing from these slides, as well as how to test for the presence of various biological molecules. And you will also investigate the effect of temperature on diffusion of the red pigment in beetroot, as well as on the enzyme amylase. Module 3 is a really interesting module where you will look at the exchange and transport of molecules in plants and animals. This includes exploring the ventilation and gas exchange systems in mammals, bony fish and insects, studying the heart and circulatory system, as well as learning about the transport tissues in plants. Whilst completing Module 4 on biodiversity, evolution and disease, you will study the biodiversity of organisms, how they're classified, and the ways in which biodiversity can be measured. You will then go on to learn about various pathogenic organisms and the defences that plants and animals have evolved to deal with disease. Practical work during Modules 3 and 4 includes sampling in a school ecosystem and various dissections. Although don't worry, dissection of animals and animal tissue are not compulsory, and you do not have to do these unless you wish to. And there are some really diverse and interesting topics to look forward to in Year 13. In Module 5, you will explore how communication takes place within the body by studying how the endocrine and nervous systems work. You will look at various examples of homeostasis and learn how the liver and kidneys are involved in excretion. And you will also find out about the biochemical pathways of photosynthesis and respiration. Module 6 is quite different and will see you studying much more on genetics. You will learn how genes can be inherited and how their expression is controlled, as well as how we can manipulate genomes using techniques such as genetic engineering. You will also find out more about the complexities of ecosystems and the need to conserve environmental resources in a sustainable way. And there are some really enjoyable practical activities in Year 13. You will use thin layer chromatography to separate photosynthetic pigments, test the effects of antibiotics on bacterial growth using aseptic technique, use electrophoresis to carry out some genetic fingerprinting, and try to introduce a green fluorescent protein into bacteria to make them glow. Biology A-Level is a linear course, so at the end of the 2 years, you will sit 3 exams covering all of the content that you have learned. You should also have demonstrated all of the practical skills required to be awarded a practical endorsement in biology. And you should have a good understanding of many different aspects of biology, and certain topic areas will have really sparked your interest. And students studying biology at Northgate in the past have gone on to study many different subjects at university, such as biochemistry, natural sciences, physiotherapy, genetics, medicine or biomedical science, and many others. And also, studying biology gives you the skills to go on to many different career areas. So can you tell us what you enjoy most about studying biology at Northgate?
I really enjoy learning about how molecules all come together to make life. I find it really interesting how we learn how everything works inside our bodies. Recently we've been learning about respiration, and now we kind of understand how exercise burns fat, and I just find that really incredible.
Yeah, I agree. Being able to look at the world and see things happen to your body and finally understand why they're happening, what's going on, and the actual process happening behind it all is really interesting. Being able to see what is actually going on in the world instead of just, well, seeing it.
Also, the practicals here, you do get a lot of opportunities to do dissections. You can do a lot of molecule testing, and I especially enjoy the dissections here. And the fact that you have the ability to do that is really great.
So what teachers do you have?
Well, there are 8 teachers in this department, and you will be having 2. You will have one teacher who will teach you 3 times per fortnight, and another teacher who will be teaching you 4 times per fortnight.
Is that the same in Year 13?
No, in Year 13 we have 8 lessons per fortnight, so that's 4 per teacher.
And you usually do carry on one teacher from Year 12 to Year 13, so you have a teacher that really knows you.
Oh, that's fantastic. So how are the lessons structured?
Well, basically the teacher will go through the theory of the lesson and how things work, and you take notes and watch the PowerPoint through, and then the teachers will give you a worksheet that you can work through, and you can do activities such as like cut and stick and sorting and quizzes and stuff with your partner or as like a group of 4.
So it sounds like there's quite a lot of variety.
Teachers really do test your active recall, making sure they can solidify all the knowledge, and so that you can carry that through to your exams at the end of Year 13.
Okay, so how difficult is A-Level biology?
I would say it's a step up from GCSE, but it's not overwhelming. You can, if you work hard and actually go over the topics after school and don't just go to the lessons, you'll keep up and you won't feel overwhelmed and struggling with it. But the topics you cover themselves aren't hard to understand. It's just you cover a lot more than a GCSE, but it's not too bad to, if you actually get down and work with it, it's not too hard to get.
It's about the same workload as any other subject, so it's not really, it doesn't stand out being difficult or not.
So it is a step up from GCSE, but not too big?
Yeah.
Okay, so what support is available then to help you with your biology?
So there are after-school sessions available. You could always email the teachers and they're always happy to help. You can also come at lunch times and break times. Teachers will always be willing to help you and support your learning. And it's just amazing here, the support you get from teachers.
We also have drop-in sessions, sometimes on Tuesdays and sometimes on Thursdays, where you can have one-to-one sessions with a teacher if you have something you're particularly stuck on.
So how much homework or independent study do you have to do every week?
Well, the required is about 5 hours a week, whether this is homework that you're set by your teacher, whether it's independent study, whether you're revising for an oncoming test or anything. But it's really up to you as a student how you want to structure your own independent outside of class work. But if as long as you can maintain it and everything, you will be able to achieve what you want to for your exam.
So how much practical do you do and what type of practicals?
We did quite a lot of practicals in year 12, and there's a massive variety, as Havima said before. You know, we've got dissections and we've got molecule testing, and we do the osmosis practicals. So they're really, really interesting to do.
So you cover lots of different techniques and skills.
Yes.
And these all contribute to your practical endorsement, which is a separate thing that you have to pass by the end of the year.
Okay. So what are you and your friends that study biology planning on doing next?
Well, I'm going on to study biochemistry and genetics at university, which is quite heavily dependent on biology, so it's a good subject for me.
I hope to do a degree in veterinary medicine.
I hope to do a degree in psychology.
And I hope to do a degree in medicine.
What about your friends? Are they all carrying on with biology?
No, one of my friends is actually going on to do law from having a biology degree. So biology really won't constrict you to whatever degree or course you want to do in the future.
And was there much support available to help you make decisions about your
Definitely,
future
whether
careers?
it was from the biology department or the careers, they totally helped give some support, whether it's just pointers or directions or websites, whether you want to go on to do these careers or whether it's just finding out for yourself whether you want to do the careers or not.
And also due to lockdown, we were unfortunately restricted from a lot of our opportunities that we could have done. However, the careers department really did support us through this. They informed us of any changes and they informed us of any virtual work experience that we could have done to add to our applications.
Yeah, definitely. In the biology department actually directed me towards a website called FutureLearn, where I have now completed 6 online courses, which was incredible because now I can put that on my applications and my personal statement, and that's just a big support that I actually find very helpful.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.